Sensibilidad. Vale, estupendo. Antes recordáis que euro era 1,10. Ahora es 1,20 me parece. ¿No veis? Antes era 1,10, ahora es 1,20. Vale, eso ahí. Brillo, rendimiento, desenfoque. ¡Cero! Voy a meterle uno. Voy a meterle uno. Voy a meterle uno. A ver con uno. Porque ahora, joder, es como muy raro, tío. Vale, voy a hacer una cosa. Voy a bajar a 2. Es que ahora ya creo que ya me acostumbré. Creo que me he acostumbrado. Creo que me he acostumbrado. Dios mío, tío, ¿qué he hecho con mi vida? Me he acostumbrado a la sensibilidad, me he acostumbrado al desenfoque. Todo mal, tío, todo mal. Mi cerebro, tío, está peleando conmigo ahora muy fuerte, tío. Voy a dejarlo así, tío, voy a dejarlo así. Voy a conseguir que mi cerebro se acostumbre. Tío, es que, entended. El cerebro... Mi cerebro ve ahora raro esto, ¿sabes? En plan de... ¿Dónde está, tío? ¿Dónde está el desenfoque? ¿Sabes? ¿Dónde está el desenfoque? Si yo ya me había acostumbrado. Y mi cerebro está diciendo... Es raro, tío, es raro. Es muy raro esto. Vamos a ver.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Joder, se nota muchísimo, tío. ¿Cómo se nota, macho?
Any word on the royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Teníamos que ir a hablar con Viva. ¿Cómo se nota, tío, el desenfoque, Cuidado, Hostia, es una locura, tío. Pero nada, el cerebro, ya veréis cómo nuestro cerebro, o mi cerebro, se acostumbra rápido. Ya veréis. Se acostumbra rápido, ya veréis. Vámonos. Habla con Vivian.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the royalists, he took them to his grave, as did his men, slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
Enséñame esos mapas, Vivian.
The kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot?
Vale, parece que el siguiente es Odín.
In summary,
El siguiente.
I know not what end the royalist betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Joder, cómo me mola el... Me flipa, tío, el diseño, el puñetero diseño de Clive, tío. El rostro, joder, el rostro, tío, me parece un desfase. El modelo es una locura, tío. Joder, lo que mola, tío. De verdad, ¿eh? Lo que mola.
Oh, Clive!
The patrons, does that mean someone else is taking care of our...
Oh, no, that's still me. It's just, I still catalogue every item that arrives.
Vale, sí. Sí,
Here's
esto...
everything we've received and everything
Dice, al completar
promised.
misiones secundarias conseguirás puntos de reputación que inspirarán a muchos benefactores anónimos a contribuir a la causa de Clive. En el rincón del mecenas podrás reclamar todas estas recompensas. Vale.
Here you are. I don't have that one. You do.
Joder, cantidad de cosas,
Here you
tío.
are.
Vale, o sea que te dan...
You earned this.
Qué guapo.
Here you are.
Muchísimas gracias, Kike. Un abrazo. Muy, muy agradecido. Gracias, de verdad, amigo. O sea que te dan cosas según vas haciendo misiones.
All yours. Sorry, but you're not quite there yet. Come
Oye,
again.
qué rico.
May have more for ya.
Qué bien, ¿no? Vale. Mola. El actor que fue modelo para debe ser hermoso. Hombre, supongo, claro. Es un tío muy atractivo, ¿eh? A mí Clive me parece un tío muy atractivo. La verdad. Me parece un tío muy atractivo, he de decir. Vamos a hablar con Caro.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
Kopka.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though.
Heterocromía, qué chula la heterocromía, ¿eh? Me da mucha envidia la peña que tiene heterocromía.
And what can I do?
Todo el cast de... Sí, a ver, el cast de Final Fantasy sí. Podríamos decir que sí, es... La verdad es que sí. Mira, tenemos una nueva espada, tío. Me dan 5 de ataque. ¿Me la compro? Sí, hombre, sí es baratita, por Dios.
It's better I'll be here.
Venga, me la compro. Comprar hay que comprárselas. Luego que las usemos o no es otra cosa. Materiales. Tengo de todo, vale. Y vender. No sé si tengo aquí algo para vender. Sí. Objeto lucrativo. Esquila de cristal.
Not out else?
Vale.
Is that all?
¿Qué tal, tóxico? A ver, ¿podremos hacer alguna cosa? Vamos a hablar con Blackthorn.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
No sé, esa sonrisa ha sido como un poco tétrica, tío. No sé, ha sido una sonrisa muy extraña, tío. Esa sonrisa de Clive, tío. Ha sido una sonrisa muy extraña, tío. Da como un poco de mal rollo esa sonrisa, tío. Vale, fabricar. Artífice mejorada. ¿Qué tal, Kevin? Vamos a crearla.
No scratches,
Sí.
right?
Y no tenemos nada más. Vale, mejorar. ¿Puedo mejorar algo? Claro que sí. Dios, cuidado, ¿eh? Artífice superior.
My best work, but it'll do.
Dios. Espada diamantina superior. Más 30 de ímpetu, más 15 de ataque, tío. ¿The fuck? No. Me sube de nada, pierdo nada, no me interesa. No me interesa nada.
Anything else?
A ver. Oye, qué chula, ¿eh? Es un poco rollo katana, ¿eh? Lo que pasa es que tiene la empuñadura... La hoja sí que parece como una especie de katana, pero la empuñadura, joder, es muy enorme, tío. Y la salvaguarda es enorme también, tío. Es muy bonita, el mango es muy largo. ¿Eh? Es un rollo katana, pero eso, la salvaguarda y el mango es enorme, tío. Joder. Menudo pedazo de mango que tienes. Vaya. Vamos a hablar con Arpócrates. Así nos gustan, enormes. Ay, nomi.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
Katana obrego.
To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Hostia, los críos no pueden tener más acento british, macho.
Has broken.
It does.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him with my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Vale, o sea que no parece nada de Artema. Quiero decir, no se sabe absolutamente nada de Artema y parece que solo la ha visto. Parece que solo la ha visto. Clive. ¿Sabéis lo único que me quejo? Del tema de lo de. Del tema de lo de. El filtro. Que ahora se nota más el tema de los frame rate. Se nota más. Se nota un pelín más, tío. Es lo único. El tema del blurring tapaba o disimulaba un poco mejor el tema del frame rate. Ahora se nota más, tío. Se nota más.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down at that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Vale, vamos a hablar con Mia. Vale, de momento no hay ninguno más. De momento están todos. Bien, y tendría que ir por aquí. ¿Qué tal, Santi? ¿Qué tal el combate con el titán? Bien, bien, cayó. Vaya si cayó. Y sacándonos 11 niveles. Que me di cuenta al final. Ay, señor. Si es que lo mío es de jugar de guardia. Vale, aquí está Mid, ¿eh? Está la hija de Cid.
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen.
La Enterprise.
The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other
Qué bonito,
vessels
tío.
rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have
bonito,
already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Como diga ajos, me muero.
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts making. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
Materiales, vale.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Diseño de la greva. Vale. ¿Y de qué te parece el tema de la progresión en el juego? A mí personalmente es lo que más me dejó. Muchas habilidades para poder usar unas pocas no más. Y termino usando siempre las mismas. A ver, es que yo creo que al final sí que tienes varias opciones, pero al final eliges un poco las que más vayan contigo. Yo, por ejemplo, hay algunas que me gustan y otras no me gustan nada. Entonces, lógicamente, utilizo con las que me siento más cómodo. No sé. Yo de momento no veo mucho problema, la verdad. Pero bueno, oye, entiendo que haya gente a lo mejor, pues oye, que lo vea como, no sé, a lo mejor como un poco básico. No sé, a mí se me hace ameno el combate, la verdad. ¿Sabes? En mi opinión, quiero decir, yo tengo unas habilidades que sé que me gustan y que sé que me convienen. Y las utilizo y no tengo mucho lío, la verdad.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Vale, sí. Supongo una greva. Vale, o sea que vamos a tener que hacer...
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it.
Pero vamos a hacer un set de armadura completo, ¿no?
And I'll need help. Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
Right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, hasn't she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already.
Vale, tenemos que buscar materiales, entiendo.
Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. We can...
La greva del bajel. Vale, habla con Blackthorn. Y ahora reúne los materiales.
You going after the stuff. Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
¿Qué tenemos que elegir a quién ven conmigo? Con Gab.
Gav, you're with me.
All right then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a pad, I'll pick up the rest of this stuff from Blackthorn's supply.
You two, eh?
Fleece me. I'd like to see him drop.
Hombre, a otro le toca la parte fácil, que básicamente es la compra. Qué bonito es el tema musical del refugio, tío. La verdad es que es muy bonito, tío. Es muy bonita, tío. Es muy bonita el tema musical de fondo. Gracias, Skater. Vale, veamos. Sería hacia aquí, ¿no? Puerta del desierto. Pues nada, me voy. Vámonos. Vámonos. ¿Por aquí me sirve? Por aquí me sirve. ¿Qué tal, Pamela? ¿Cómo estás, guapa? Oye, chicos, chicas, bienvenidos los que vais llegando y muchísimas bienvenidos, bienvenidas y muchísimas gracias por estar un ratito aquí conmigo. Os lo agradezco. Os lo agradezco de verdad. Puedo subirlo un pelín el juego. ¿Lo escucháis bajo? ¿Escucháis bajo el juego? Sí, me puedo subirlo un poco, no tengo ningún problema. Por Dios, tenéis que escucharlo bien. Vale, reúne los materiales. Ve al río.
Straight home now.
Joder, qué bonito el agua, madre de Dios, tío. Qué bonito el agua, tío.
Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
A ver, Gab, de la de currar te la sabes, hermano. Pareces youtuber o streamer de eso, tío. El chocobo se consigue en una secundaria. En una secundaria se consigue el chocobo. Oye, tío. Me siento tan estúpido cada vez que llego tengo que interactuar con algo y en vez de interactuar lo que hago es... Me siento tan puñetero estúpido, tío. No falla, tío. Llego a todos los sitios y ¿qué hago? Salto. Me siento muy tonto, tío. El saltito, tío. Llego a todos los lados y pum, saltito. No sé qué, saltito. Coge esto, saltito. Habla con este, saltito. Abre la puerta, saltito. Me siento tan estúpido, tío. Me siento muy, muy tonto, tío. Pero bueno, como dice aquel, mal de muchos, consuelo del tontos. Que sé que vosotros también os pasaba, ¿eh? Que sé, estoy seguro de que también os pasaba, ¿eh? Estoy seguro. Y el que diga que no, miente. No sé, algo ahí. Ah, atrás. Vale, está por ahí atrás. Está por aquí. Joder, lo que mola el agua, tío. El agua, madre mía, mira qué agua, tío. Te lo aseguro. Hombre, Santi, ¿qué tal, compa? Nos pasa. Sí, es muy mítico, lo de querer hablar con un personaje y haces... El héroe. Ahí llega el héroe. ¿Y qué hace el héroe? Coge esto. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? Bienvenido, necesito tu ayuda. Tienes que matar a unos malos. Cuéntame. Es así. Cuéntame. ¿Qué tal, Patty?
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Vale. Bueno, esos no son sacos, ¿eh? Esos son como mucho puñados. Pero sacos no son.
You win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat?
A ver, Gaz, que no sé qué le pasa a Gaz. No sé qué le pasa. Algo le pasa a Gaz. Alguna historia, algo me quiere contar.
Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you.
Bueno, hay buen rollito con Gav. Bien. Es un personaje guay, Gav, la verdad. Me cae bien, me cae bien. El compa.
Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before...
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Un grande Gav, sí señor. Constant, muchísimas gracias, compi. Muy agradecido, gracias por esos 6 meses. Muy agradecido. Un abrazo muy fuerte. Disfruta del directo. Vale, pues nada, tendríamos que volver. Vamos a entrar al mapa mundi y vamos a regresar. Entra al agua, no se puede, Fénix. No puedes entrar al agua. No se puede. ¿Jugarás Alan Wake? ¿Alan Wake R? ¿Alan Wake Remaster, quieres decir? Ya se jugó, ya lo jugamos. Ya lo jugamos. Es mismamente... Bueno, el año pasado no jugamos Alan Wake. ¿Qué pasa, Max?
Blackthorn. Got everything you need.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You know, it beats sneaking around on your Todd all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting
Greba
on with, I
térmica.
could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
La greba del bajel. Augusto, muchísimas gracias, compi, muy agradecido. Gracias por el cariño, se agradece muchísimo. Y por supuesto, gracias por esos 3 meses aquí en el canal. Un abrazo muy fuerte, Augusto. Muchas gracias. De acuerdo.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Qué majos todo el mundo, ¿eh? Imagínate Clive mojadito. Pues seguramente habrá... Vamos, estoy completamente seguro de que hay fan pics y fan movidas hechas por ahí por los fans. Seguro. Estoy completamente seguro, vamos. Estoy completamente seguro. Segurísimo. Hay dibujos erótico festivos. Vale, estoy yendo al revés. Erótico festivos. Seguro. Sí, me tiene un parche ya. Sí, ya está parcheado, sí. Ya está parcheado. Por aquí. Hombre, también os digo que bajo mi humilde opinión tardaron un montón en meter el parche, os digo, Tardaron mucho en meter el parche, tío. Sinceramente. Sí, bueno, ya verás en PC, vamos a ver unos despelotes, Clive con la churra al aire, Clive vestido de bombero torero, Clive vestido de... qué sé yo. Ya veréis. En cuanto llega a PC. Joder, ¿cuánto tardaron en poner el mod en PC de Leon S. Kennedy en Resident Evil 4 en pelota, tío? Otros mods no, pero el mod de Leon en pelota, eso estaba el primero ya, tío. Y de Ashley. Y el de Ashley.
Excellent. One down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need.
¿Ajos?
What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Vas a cazar escorias y ya tenemos cazadas un tablón entero. No sé cuántos serán. ¿Serán 10 o 12 o algo así?
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Oye, por favor, ¿dónde están los genes de la gente fea?
I'll show you the plans then.
¿Dónde están los genes de la gente fea? ¿Dónde está la gente fea en este...? ¿Qué hacen? ¿Sale alguien feo, lo tiran al río, lo queman, lo entierran? ¿Qué hacen?
Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to... Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can... And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect
impermeable, resistente a la oxidación, al calor. Joder, qué material, tío.
You can stop there. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes.
En la vereda del Lauber. En Lostwing.
Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's
Me mola.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for... Would that help?
Oh, I'll gather my team and head there.
Vale, o sea que va a haber ahí algún tipo de enemigo que no nos permite, que tenemos que eliminar para que esta gente vaya a coger los materiales. Entiendo. Pues nada, para allá que vamos. ¿Quieres hacer un poco ayudas con todo? Yo creo eres un poco pelota, Nomi, me parece a mí, ¿eh? Eres un poco pelota, ¿eh? Creo yo. Por aquí. ¿En qué horario juegas Fatal Frame? Fatal Frame ya se terminó. Aquí parpadeas y te lo pierdes. Aquí parpadeas y te lo pierdes. No, voy a ir... Joder, voy a ir... por aquí, sí. Aquí parpadeas y te lo pierdes. Ya terminamos. Ya terminamos Fatal Frame. Me perdí el final. Estuvo muy guapo. A mí me gustó mucho. Me dio mucha pena terminarlo, la verdad. os puedo decir que me dio muchísima pena terminar Fatal Frame, tío. Me dio mucha pena. Me dio mucha pena porque nos quedaban 2 hace tal, luego jugué el 5 y ahora me quedaba solamente este, tío. Y como que me dio... Como que me dio penica. Me dio pena, tío, terminarlos, la verdad. RicharBetaCode, joder, el puñetero... El auténtico boss del juego es el puñetero piano, colega. Vale, el coldero, tío. Está muy guapo el Fatal Frame. Pero está claro que el verdadero boss del juego es el piano, ¿eh? Joder, qué agradable el tema del desenfoque, tío. ¿Qué pasa, Andy? Vamos a probar a ver la espada. Bueno, estos son de nivel 13, a ver, estos los reventamos de 4 espadazos. Estos nivel 13, tío, madre mía. Nivel 13 los destruimos. ¿Qué pasa, Dark?
Time to fight.
Venga, Adri, que vaya bien. Muchísimas gracias. Vale, ahora... Ya, es que hasta que no acabe con estos. Hasta que no acabe con estos no voy a poder... Mira, este tema musical me recuerda mucho a Nier. Este tema musical es muy Nier. Muy Nier.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine.
Of course.
Clive dice, por supuesto. Ambos. La banda sonora, de cierta manera, es bastante parecida. A ver, a mí me gusta más la de Autómata, ¿eh? Debo decir. Parecida entre comillas, pero... Yo me quedo con Autómata, la verdad.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Me acaba de meter. Vale. Esto, vale, sí, es cierto. No recordaba cómo era tu movida. Mi rey. No le hicimos daño porque el tío se tepeó justamente en ese momento. ¿En serio? ¿En serio momento se tepeó? Tiene mala suerte. Se tepea el hijo de Satán. Odio los tepeos en este juego, tío. La mitad de los enemigos se tepean, tío. Es un horror, colega. No le damos porque este es... No sé si es porque se tepeó o porque es volador. Muy lejos. Ahí se me va. Vale, condenas esta. Puedo esperar. Atrás.
slow.
Bueno. Vale. Buena. Vengan ahí, que vaya bien. ¿Cómo me gusta Titán? A mí Titán se ha convertido en uno de mis poderes favoritos, tío. Sin duda. Titán es genial, es genial.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Vale. La celada del bajel. Bueno, ya veis que estas misiones ahora mismo son básicamente de recadero. Tampoco son nada del otro jueves. Vale. Pues nada, vamos hacia aquí. Somos el mandado, pues sí. Si no si no lo hacemos nosotros, no lo hace nadie, o sea que... Si no lo hacemos nosotros, no lo hace nadie. Bueno, pues oye, somos el prota, pero tenemos que hacer esta movida. Bueno, vale, pues lo hago y ya está. Tampoco me voy a quejar demasiado. ¿Qué pasa, Kevin? RicharBetaCode. Literalmente, amigos. un kilo de pan. 200 gramos de mortadela, champú, papel higiénico, Tampax y pasta de dientes.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Joder, qué pelo más bonito tiene, Mid, tío. Tiene una coleta. Es súper bonito, tío, el pelo. Madre mía. Qué pedazo de coleta. Qué puñetera locura. Vale. Harpócrates. Mira, mi cerebro ya se ha hecho al filtro, tío. Ya se hizo a quitar el filtro, ¿visteis? Mi cerebro ya se hizo. Es un desgraciado, mi cerebro es un puñetero desgraciado. Mi cerebro es un puñetero desgraciado. Hombre, Mel, ¿qué tal? Con esa armadura ya no le pica ni un mosquito. Pues no, la verdad es que no. Aguanta. Oigo parche, sí, muy bien, muy bien. Ahora aquí, por ejemplo, ya tenemos el filtro quitado. Y se nota, se nota.
Hippocrates, do you have the moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Diseño de la decoración.
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? What are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew.
Rocío lunar.
Said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Harpócrates, me encanta el nombre de Harpócrates, la verdad. ¿Qué tal el juego? ¿Estás disfrutando? Sí, sí, mal, por supuesto. Por supuesto, sí, sí, obviamente. Si no lo disfrutara, no estaríamos jugándolo aquí ahora, confiad en mí.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
Jill, clarísimamente.
Me in researching how best to prepare.
Can we count on your...
Always. Well, if...
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my...
Que me pican al timbre. Mel, va a ser la policía para la... Ya verás. Va a ser la policía para darte la enhorabuena de que vas a ser presidenta de mesa. Con Jill. Te tocó, presidenta de mesa.
So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
Vale.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very...
Esta debe ser la misión del ajo, tío.
I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Esta debe ser la misión del ajo, tío.
They have potent effects that are rarely exploited. Effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
¿Es esta la misión del ajo?
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Ty.
A ver, sí que estoy de acuerdo en que, hombre, a ver si me entendéis. Esta sección sí que es un bajón, la verdad. A ver si me entendéis. Sí que es un bajón. Sí que, quiero decir, vienes del enfrentamiento con Titán y ahora ponerte a ir a comprar bajos y eso, hombre, sí, pues sí, a ver, siendo completamente sincero, sí que el bajón es tocho, sí. Pero bueno, oye, no sé. Entiendo que, oye, que haya gente... Bah, mierda, no sé por qué por ahí. Entiendo que haya gente que se la haga bola, oye. Completamente lógico. Creo que es aquí, sí. Se ha hecho realidad la misión. Claro, es que a esto es a lo que se comenta... Bueno, a lo que comenta todo el mundo. Esta parte de la... Esta parte de la... de la misión principal.
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the pepper nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
El ajo, el famoso ajo. El famoso ajo. Un ajo, por favor. No sé si podré venderle algo. Sí, sangre negra. Una moneda. Vale. El ajo.
Oi, don't touch anything. If that's what you want.
That's everything.
Nueces pepio y
Let's see
ajo.
how Jill's getting on.
Pues hala.
Did you find everything?
Ya tengo el ajo. Ya tengo el ajo. Y el alioli. Y lo rico que está con unos filetes. Lo rico que está con unos filetes. Coge unos ajitos y los partes finitos, finitos, finitos. Y cuando los echas a dorar al aceite y luego echas un filetito y la carne, y te coges un buen bollo de pan, mojas el aceite, los ajitos y pones el filete y te comes un puñetero bocadillo de filete de ternera que está...
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
Lo que quieras, Jill. Contigo. Contigo lo que quieras, mi reina.
And I saw some bread.
Joder, qué pinta tiene el pan, chaval.
Big white cobs like the baker back in
Qué
Rosalith.
rico, qué pinta tiene el pan, chaval.
What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham, and it was just... Oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
Muy bonito.
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Hippocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Joder, cómo les cuesta, macho. Cómo les cuesta, tío, Madre mía, cómo les cuesta, de verdad. Tío, por Dios, haced algo. Solucionad el tema, tío. De verdad, Ahí hay una tensión sexual no resuelta ahí, tío, que... Uf. A ver, hay que soltarse, chicos, Que, a ver, hombre, que os moláis, ya está. No pasa nada. No pasa nada, por Dios. Un poco de alegría.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
¿Sabéis que hubiera molado aquí? Que te hubieran dado algún tipo de... ¿Cómo decirlo? Como algún tipo de afinidad o algo así, o habilidad, o algo, tío, por... con los personajes que has cogido, ¿sabes? Porque te da aquí como para escoger, pero luego realmente tampoco sacas nada, o al menos de momento, ¿sabes? Como que da como un poco de igual, ¿sabes? A quien cojas. Hombre, molaría pues que tuviera algún tipo de afinidad o sacaras algo por hacerlo. No sé si me entendéis lo que quiero decir. ¿Sabéis, no? Como con Torgal, sí, algo así. Que pudiera, que sacaras algo en... Que sacaras algo en claro por el hecho de... Pero realmente no parece que saques nada... A no ser que... Hombre, sí que puedes que a lo mejor con los personajes que no ves, puede que saques algo en el sentido de que... En el sentido de que a lo mejor conoces un poco más de su historia, eso sí lo supongo. Bueno, muchísimas gracias, Juan, un abrazo. Buen juego es para ti también, amigo, muchísimas gracias. Muy agradecido, gracias por esos bits. Y por tus palabras. Si vas a contar y aprendes cosas de ella, tiene sentido.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat, a coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
Un gran nombre, el martillo negro, ¿eh? La verdad es que es un gran nombre, ¿eh? El martillo negro, tío. Es un pedazo de nombre, tío, sí señor. El martillo negro.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference.
Disipación térmica.
Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Mise parte. Momentos más tarde. A few moments later. Joder, lo hicieron. Eso lo hicieron unos momentitos, nada más. Qué mano tiene aquí el personal.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Muchas gracias, Guardan. Lo mismo para ti, compi. Muy agradecido. Gracias de verdad por tus palabras. Gracias por esos 5 meses. Un abrazo muy fuerte. Disfruta el directo.
That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Vaya tipo, en plan de... No me llaméis mal, pasad de mí. Un grande, tío, sí señor.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming.
Vale, parece que vamos a ir a...
When you're ready.
Parece que vamos a ir a visitar la tumba de Cid. Pues para allá que voy. Primero vamos a hacer un guardadito, si os importa. Vamos a hacer un guardadito. Se le extraña, sí, era un personaje muy guay, Cid, la verdad. La verdad es que era un pedazo de personaje, las cosas como son.
All right, Clive. Asterix. We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
¿No quiere ir a la tumba de su padre? ¿Por qué? Bueno, entiendo la idea de que no quiere sufrir, pero...
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat.
Si fuera un bote.
That way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are ya? I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was
pensaba que era de... que iba a ser de Mid.
Post bleeding haste.
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention.
What tidings, uncle?
Es de su tío. Dice, hijo mío, me alegra comunicarte que mi expedición a Kenver ha sido todo un éxito. El amigo que te comenté no solo ha accedido a financiar nuestras actividades, sino también a relatarme toda clase de sucesos que acontecen en las ciudades libres, a partir de los cuales he conocido a una amiga tuya. Aunque admiro el ingenio y arrojo de la señorita Telamón para embarcarse en la construcción del Enterprise, dudo que las autoridades de Canberra vean con buenos ojos el uso no autorizado de los astilleros. Por si fuera poco, los maestros de los gremios de mercaderes no tardarían en entrometerse en el proyecto. Es por eso que te escribo con esta misiva. Me gustaría contar con la ayuda de tu joven espía Cab durante 1 o 2 lunas para que vigile a cualquiera que intenta meter las narices donde no debe y nos avise de posibles ataques. Sé que no quieres prescindir de él, pero no te lo pediría si no fuera necesario. Espero tu respuesta.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
Soy yo, Clint se parece a Richard. Ojalá. Ojalá. Me faltan los ojazos. Y un montón de cosas.
It seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
King, muchísimas gracias, amigo. Gracias, Kitomberry. Gracias por esos 3 mesazos. Muy agradecido. Muchas gracias. Disfruta del directo, pásalo bien.
Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the 7 High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
Vale.
She's telling the truth at least.
A tope. ¿Te está gustando este Final Fantasy? Me está gustando este Final Fantasy. Me está gustando. Antigua guarida. Richard, hacía años que no te veía, espero que todo bien, Castrolo. Muchísimas gracias, compi. Gracias.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in 2 places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
Es un movimiento inteligente.
Indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between
Caron
the
es igual de agradable que la patada de una mula, macho.
It's
Igual.
managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show
Igual de
them
agradable
the
que la coz de una
traders
mula.
pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Oh, okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bucklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav.
Already on my way, Captain.
Gav va a echar un vistazo.
Be careful.
Es lo suyo.
Aren't I always?
Gav va a lo suyo. Gav se adelanta. Ya sabéis un poco que es como nuestro espía personal, ¿eh? Va...
Do you see that, Sid? Your protégé's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Muy bonito. A ver, Gav es un personajazo, ¿eh? Los personajes están muy chulos, tío. A mí personalmente los personajes me molan mucho el juego, tío, la verdad. Son personajes muy chulos en el sentido de que es muy fácil empatizar con ellos. ¿Sabes? Es muy fácil, muy sencillo empatizar con los personajes, cogerles cariño, ¿sabes? Es muy sencillo, muy fácil. Eso quiere decir que la historia va bien. Este de Dalmequia. El de ayer te sacaba 10 niveles, hoy uno con 20. Ayer se me fue la vida. Soy un desastre. Soy un desastre, amigos. Rumbo a tierras cristalinas. Vale, vamos a por el cuarto cristal. Obelisco activado. Vale, por aquí por la derecha no puedo ir. Entiendo. Vale, tiene sentido. Eso está cerrado. O sea que supongo que será una salida.
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved.
Joder, los escenarios son preciosos.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Los escenarios son preciosos, la verdad, tío. Son la hostia, macho. Son súper bonitos, tío. Bueno, aquí hay una secundaria que ahora no vamos a hacerla. Vamos a centrarnos, hoy ya os comenté que vamos a centrarnos full historia principal, que ayer ya hicimos un montón de secundaria. Hoy cambiamos un poco de tercio. Well, well. Me da absolutamente lo que hagas. Me da absolutamente igual. ¿Qué tal, Valen? Buenas tardes. Muchísimas gracias. Gracias por estos 3 meses. De verdad, te lo agradezco muchísimo. Gracias por tu apoyo. Disfruta del directo. Pásalo bien. Pues le estoy cogiendo el... Le estoy cogiendo el rollo a ese, tío. Bueno, me acerco mucho y mejor, la verdad. Se nota mucho la espada, joder. Se nota, Ambrosía es el pollón de Clive. Exactamente, tal cual. Ambrosía no, Ambrosia. Ambrosía, hablemos con propiedad, por favor. Ambrosía no, Ambrosia. Ambrosía. Ambrosia. 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 Como dice Clive. Que es un poco como lo dice nuestro prota. Buena patada. Suena a perfume. Ambrosía, sí, bueno, sí. Es. Seguramente hay algún perfume que se llame Ambrosía, seguro. Apostaría la cabeza. Seguro que hay alguno. Dice el guillonario iba con nada y menos con tanto de comprar las puñeteras músicas. Ah, claro, es que las músicas son, me parece que son 40.000 pavos o algo así, cada música. Claro, es que yo paso mucho. Bueno, paso mucho. Yo ahora de momento estoy comprando lo básico. No, tampoco me estoy agobiando mucho a comprar ahí. Es que creo que son 40.000, me parece, cada... 40.000 cada tema musical. Hombre, es un montón de pasta, tío. Yo llevo como 30 horas de juego y me parece que tengo como 100 y pico mil giles. Hostia, qué bonito, tío. Último pecado. República de Dalmequia. Oh, qué bonito, tío.
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominants and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Algo hay que no le gusta a Clive. Joder, el sitio es impresionante, tío, las cataratas. Parecen unas cataratas de Iguazú, tío. Mientras tanto, nueva capital imperial. Sala de audiencias, Palacio Imperial.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it. And I can think of none better suited to the task.
Joder, ya le vale, tío.
There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Grieger, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this?
Ah, en la versión en inglés se llama Última.
I speak my mind, and my mind only.
Hostia, entendí Última.
Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, Your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
Uf, qué mala es, tío. Qué mala es, tío. Qué mala es. Es más mala que un dolor, tío. Madre de Dios. La verdad que el personaje está guay, porque está muy bien recreado, tío. Que cómo mira, cómo la sensación que te da al verla, tío, ¿sabes? Está muy bien hecho, tío, el personaje. Está muy, muy guay hecho, la verdad. Está hecho estupendamente, tío. Espero que la novia de Kupka, claro que es peor que la novia de Kupka. Y por bastante. Y por bastante.
We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Fly, Ambrosia. Yo me convertiría en Bambut y a la mierda. También es cierto. Sería una buena forma de hacerlo, sí. La verdad es que sí. Pero hombre, a Dion se le ve que es un tío que quiere hacer las cosas bien y quiere... Se nota que es un tío que busca... Hombre, la aprobación del padre, lógicamente, pero también busca, pues oye, cuidar a su pueblo. Mercado Boclat.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I guess.
Vale, vamos a mirar porque hay una tienda aquí. Vamos a ver aquí qué tiene. Sí, hay una tienda ahí.
You
Artífice. Bueno, tenemos nosotros la superior, o sea que tampoco nos hace falta. Y creo que podíamos vender alguna cosita, si no me equivoco. Creo que podíamos vender algo. Sí, podemos vender 5 de estos. Uno de sangre. Y creo que nada más. Vale. Mercado Boklad, República de Dalmequia.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
Qué rico.
How much for a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
La frontera.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we?
Es un paso fronterizo, ¿no? Vale. Pues nada. Dice, busca Goetz, que estará pues por aquí. Peaches, 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 peaches. Aquí está Goetz.
Oh, Good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Good. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a band bumped
Y te robó.
into me and... Yeah. You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child.
I know where. I've got a pal in Bocklad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans.
No time like the present.
Las caravanas bermejas.
I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure nothing else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
Caravanas bermejas, que está... Bueno, está aquí al lado. Tardo menos en moverme con esto que en yendo. A ver, que los tiempos de carga, tío, son una locura, ¿eh? Los tiempos de carga en este Final Fantasy XVI son una puñetera barbaridad, tío. Es que literalmente no hay tiempos de carga, tío. Prácticamente instantáneo.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El. He's my mate.
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you.
Qué guapa. Qué bonito este escenario. Los escenarios en tema desierto son muy bonitos en Final Fantasy XVI.
So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By a little bairn.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly. Ugh.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little band?
Alguna pequeña rata.
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then we can be on our way.
I see.
So neither of you has a trader's pass either?
No.
Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain. Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all. And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity, leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means.
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market?
Yes and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots' pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants, which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and 2 birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Is there any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion Goots?
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. It's that, I don't know, try swimming across the strait. But the guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, we don't want to get spotted, right?
So either we find the people who took the pass, or give up all hope of entering the Dominion.
All right. We'll help.
Thank you kindly. But I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
Clive.
A pleasure doing business with you, Clive.
Eloy te ha entregado su insignia. Insignia obtenida.
The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. I suggest that you speak with him first.
The furniture makers.
La tienda de muebles. Misión aceptada. Ladronzuelos pueriles. Si quiero tarrear una colleja, visita los hospitales. Hombre, mira, a ver, menuda viga de tío. Chiquita hostia que te puedo meter aquí, Gots. Gots, que tiene nombre de jugador del Borussia. O del Leverkusen, o de... Tiene nombre de futbolista. Vamos a hablar con el mercader. Mercader de muebles.
Are you the furniture maker?
Looking for something in particular? Ah, Eloise collared you too, eh? Then I expect you want to know more.
She told me you were leading the hunt for the pickpockets. What have you learned?
For one, that they're targeting the traders carrying the biggest packs. Harder to watch your back, see? And less chance of the mark giving chase if they're spotted. Not that they'd be likely to catch them. Those imps know every inch of this warren like the backs of their hands.
Their eyes must have lit up when they saw Goots.
The fishmonger round by the gate's been trying to track down the children involved. We should go and have a word with her.
Thank you. We will.
Pues a con la pescadera. Que la pescadera está aquí atrás.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Aquí está.
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life will be different there.
Fish for sale! Fresh sorted and smoked! Can I interest you? Ah, sorry. Message from Eloise, is it?
She's asked me to help her. To help you find the pickpockets.
Is that so? Suppose I better tell you what I know then. For one, this isn't a family operation. All the traders say the children who stole their passes were dirty, dressed in rags. Street urchins, by the sound of it. We get a lot around here.
Orphans from the wars.
A few, perhaps. You saw the refugees gathered by the entranceway? They're all looking for a new start in the Dominion and beyond. Some of them take it as an opportunity to rid themselves of unwanted baggage.
The shame of it.
Whoever's behind this would have to have made themselves known to the children at some point.
And so should we.
You should start with the children around here, then. I doubt they're the ones involved, but they might have heard something.
It's worth a try.
Vale, nada, que está todo lleno de rateros, básicamente. Están los mercaderes hasta el orto. Están los mercaderes hasta el puñetero orto de los niños ladrones, tío. Piches, 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 piches.
Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you something?
Can't stop you.
I was just wondering if
Qué encanto de niño, tío. ¿Qué pasa, Santi? ¿Cómo estás?
Out of the ordinary recently.
Anything you grown-ups ever ask us to do is shut up and go away. So guess what I'm about to tell you to do?
Sorry. I'll leave you alone.
Bueno, pues el niño nos ha echado de aquí cagando hostias. Nos ha hecho el niño. La madre y el cordero. Vale, por aquí no creo que haya ninguno porque... vale, allá atrás. Porque están ahí cerca de... Joder, está con los piches. Están muy demasiado cerca de los guardias. Vale. ¿Hay alguien que te edite los vídeos para subirlos a YouTube? No. Lo subo yo. Lo subo yo.
Nobody's asked me. What's picking pockets? Do you get paid for it?
No, you get in trouble for it. So if they come calling, you know what to...
Este nos está viendo la cara.
The caravan stops next to the checker. Jug of snake spit for the road.
Excuse me?
What do you want? I don't have any money.
It's all right. We're not going to hurt you.
What about?
We've heard that some very bad people are making children like you steal from travelers. We need to know who's behind it so we can...
I don't know much about it, really. But my friend, Hansa, he said he got a job. Doing something dangerous.
Sounds promising.
We need to find him.
Do you know where your friend might be?
He's usually by the tents outside town.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
Vale, dice... Busca a Honza, que Honza está en la parte de atrás. Pregunta Ranton, ¿sigues ganando dinero con el canal de YouTube? Sí. Hombre, lógicamente gano menos de lo que ganaba, obviamente, porque lo ve mucha menos gente y yo le dedico menos tiempo. Pero sí. No me voy a hacer millonario, pero sí, saco unos dineros. Por aquí.
Let's hope he's still nearby.
Honza, ahí está. Está ahí con un grupo de niños.
That big fat donkey was easy pickings. He wouldn't have noticed if we'd robbed his boots off him.
Yeah. Wish we hadn't handed over the pass, though. Could use one of those things to get out of this dump.
Chance to be a fine thing.
Madre mía, qué voz tiene aquí el amigo, tío.
Would they now? Perhaps you'd like to introduce us to these charming characters.
¡Qué voz!
Shit, we're in trouble now. What do we do?
You two get caught if you want. I'm off.
Hunter, where are you going?
So that was Hansa, eh? Jill, you watch these two. I'm going after him.
All right.
Honza parece un señor mayor en pequeñito, tío. Parece un señor mayor en pequeñito.
Daddy.
Un viejo joven, sí.
He stole something from a friend of mine.
There was a boy ran back there towards the chocobo pen, but...
Thank you.
Monchito. Monchito, Monchito. Ahí está.
Oh, shit. Cornered.
It's all right, Hansa. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Fine. Not like I've got a choice.
I'm looking for the people who are making you steal for them. Who are they?
Called themselves the Carstones. They said they'd give me good gill if I did what they told me. I knew they were bad, but bread doesn't come for free. Didn't come at all half the time, before I started buzzing for them. You know, if I didn't do it, they'd just pick on someone else. Someone they could push around easier.
Hansa.
You found him then?
Jill. Where are the other two?
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
You're... him!
I haven't got your pass anymore, if that's what you're after. I gave it to the Carstones. Whatever you do to me, I can't get it back. Not that I go against them anyway. If it weren't for their gill, me and my mates would have starved.
Cowards. You will not force another child to do your bidding.
Este va a ser colega. Este va a hacerse amigo.
Don't hurt him.
Este va a ser colega.
Making a mistake. We're on the same side.
Like hell we are.
Venga, Tito, muchísimas gracias, compi, muy agradecido. Gracias de verdad. Gracias por esos 6 meses. Un abrazo muy fuerte. Disfruta del directo, pásalo bien.
Master Theo.
Goots. What are you doing with these people?
Es como una especie de Cid joven.
You're the ones my sister was talking about.
Your sister?
Es como una especie de Cid joven, tío.
Eloise didn't tell us she had a brother.
And why would she? I'm just her back and a blade. Theodore, at your service. Sorry about before.
Theodore, what do you know of the cast stones?
Vultures who have made Boklad their hunting ground. They prey on the desperate, stealing from those with gil and bullying those without it into joining their flock. I'd been looking into their activities in hope of sparing the refugees any further hardship. But it seems they've already stooped even lower than I'd feared. Hansa's a good lad. Don't blame him for what they've made him do. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the stones, some other poor souls would have. On pain of death, most likely. Clive, was it? And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the pickpocketing. Then we all want the same thing.
Misión cumplida. Ladronzuelos pueriles. Joder, no encuentro postura hoy. No sé qué me pasa. Vale, rumbo a tierras cristalinas. Habla con Theodore.
So, what's the plan?
What else? We find the cast stones and we crush them. You get your traders passed back, and I make Boklad a safe place again.
All right then.
All right then. Hansa, where are they camped? Don't worry. They'll never know you told us.
Couldn't if I wanted to. They always come to town to collect the passes. Meet us outside the gate. I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail. Said they'd string me up.
We'll try it this time. Which way were they going?
Back down the road towards Leighton's Cleft.
To Leighton's Cleft, then.
Zaco, muchísimas gracias por ese Prime, muy agradecido. Disfruta del directo, muchas gracias.
Leighton's
Muy
Cleft is to
agradecido.
the south past the camp.
Encuentra la banda de los... Vale, la banda estaría por aquí. Vale, pues nada, salgo. Sí, porque no tengo nada cerca, o sea que...
That's that then.
No tengo ningún viaje rápido ahí, o sea que no me vale. Landa del olvido.
Run like the wind.
Qué raro se me hace que ¿cómo decirlo? Que la música, que la fanfarria pise la otra música. Me suena raro, tío. En vez de hacer que solamente sonara la fanfarria, cuando suena la fanfarria, que no sonara la música de debajo, pero se solapan, tío. Me parece rarísimo. Me parece mega raro, tío.
We know we're on the right track.
Por aquí. Se me hace muy raro eso, lo de que se solape música, tío. Súper extraño. Un mago, creo. Che, un mago.
We got company. That's the lot.
Joder, qué guapo es ese ataque, tío. Es un ataque guapísimo, tío.
Soldiers.
Fewer now.
Hay un campamento ahí. Tío de hacha.
Aye. Some of our new recruits are natural-born ne'er-do-wells.
Especially the little ones. That Hans has got nimble fingers, all right.
It'll be a shame when they chop them off. But till then, let's make the most of it.
Scum. The leaders of the cast stones, I take it.
They don't deserve any mercy, Clive.
I wasn't planning on showing them any.
We're ready when you are, Theodore.
Oh, I'm ready.
Es bastante impulsivo el amigo Theodore, ¿eh? Se tira ya a tope. Joder. Va desatado. No voy a parar. No pienso parar. No pienso parar. ¡Cling! ¡Cling! Suena como el cristal. Como el puñetero cristal. ¡Cling! Suena estupendo, como suena. Joder. Madre mía, la que tenía que montada, tío.
And they say crime doesn't pay. Gold chains, rings, purses.
Suena muy clean, sí, suena muy clean,
Traders'
exacto.
passes.
Suena muy, muy clean.
Dozens of them.
Have the names been changed?
Not yet. I recognize some of them. No doubt Goots's is somewhere among them. Now I just need to sort through it all and return everything to the people it was taken from.
We should go and give Eloise the good news. Can we leave things here in your hands, Theodore?
Of course. Oh, and be sure to tell her of the part I played, won't you?
We'll be glad to.
Bueno, pues nada, regresamos. Hombre, vamos a utilizar el viaje rápido, que para algo está. ¿No os parece? Para algo está. El viaje rápido está para viajar rápido. Vale, vamos a verlo aquí. Creo que no tenemos... No necesitamos nada. No. ¿Qué tal, Abel? ¿Cómo estás?
Ah, Clive. How goes the hunt? My brother isn't getting in your way.
Que va, nos ayudó muchísimo tu hermano. Nos ayudó un montonazo.
So it was the cast stones who were behind it all. And their demise solves 3 problems at a stroke. That of the pickpockets, the bandits pulling their strings, and the passes they were stealing. I only hope yours is among the items you recovered. Only time and Theo's return will tell. Speaking of whom, welcome home, dear brother.
You are too kind, Eloise.
Eloise.
Goots's pass. Ask him to keep
El bueno de Tino Casal, joder.
I will. Thank you.
El, I've asked our boys to carry the rest of the goods back. Can I count on your help in sorting through it all?
Of course. I'll make some space in the storeroom. I expect you'll soon be on your way then. But it wouldn't do to leave without introducing yourself properly. Would it now? Sid. Don't look so shocked. We're on the same side.
I don't understand.
As you now know all too well, we at the Crimson Caravans are always happy to help those in need. For a small fee, we will move anything that needs moving. Be that goods to market, or bearers away from it.
I was the first my sister helped escape.
I had no idea.
It just so happens that we are seeking to expand our operation, and who better to join forces with than the leader in the field, wouldn't you agree?
I would. It seems our purpose is the same in more ways than one. So what would you say to work?
¿Qué tal, Sonia? ¿Cómo estás, guapa?
Again?
Bienvenida. Shiranui Erdrick, muchísimas gracias por esos 5 meses, muy agradecido. Gracias de verdad por tu apoyo. Disfruta del cafelito, disfruta del directo.
Here, Clive. This is for you.
Insignia obtenida. Theodore te ha entregado su insignia.
What is it?
Elle has friends in high places, while I have associates in lower ones.
Insignia combinada. Las de Eloise y Theodore forman la insignidad de la fraternidad.
I shall bear it with pride.
Well, all that remains is to wish you a safe onward journey. Goots's pass should secure you a place on the caravan. But if you encounter any difficulties, we would be delighted to provide you with a coach.
¿9 millones?
Try the caravan.
¿9 millones? ¿Me acaba de pedir por un carro? ¿Pero qué? ¿Es un carro de Bentley o qué es un Bentley o...? Madre de Dios, tío. 9 millones. Estás mal del tanque, amiga. Ya, ahí... Joder, chaval. Cuidado, que la tía lo entiende mal, ¿sabes? Madre mía, tío. ¿Cómo lo entiende la amiga? ¿Cómo lo entiende la jodía, Madre de Dios. Han subido los precios del Game Pass. Subió Game Pass, me parece, y subió el precio de la consola también. Subió todo en Xbox, tío. No sé si será un buen movimiento, tío, por parte de Xbox. Y mientras tanto, la Play 5 bajando 100 pavos, tío. En Xbox subió todo, tío. Subió el precio del Prime, subió del Prime del Game Pass, subió la consola, subía todo, tío. Y en cuanto se sabía que iba a hacerlo, ¿qué hace PlayStation? Baja 100 euros la consola. Buen movimiento, hostia. Buen movimiento, tío. La verdad. Buen movimiento. Por parte de PlayStation. Muy inteligente, tío.
It's hard work and the pay isn't half what we got from the stones. But if we stick at it, we'll keep ourselves fit.
You stick at it then.
And Goots, I'm sorry for stealing your pals. That's all right. You said you're trained to be a blacksmith, right? Well, I'm gonna be your first customer.
Qué majo el esto.
Till then,
Bueno. Solo 15 días. Bueno, por 15 días bajando 100 pavos el precio. Cuidado, que 100 pavos es mucha pasta, en una Play 5, En un precio de 550 euros, bajar 100 euros es una pasta. En esos 15 días se van a hinchar a vender PlayStation 5, tío. Hay un montón de gente que, bueno, que está indecisa, son 550 pavos, pero 100 pavos menos, ahora en veranito, bueno, pues mira, me la compro, es verano, me doy la extra de verano, que parece que no, pero... Que vosotros, quiero decir, que muchas veces no pensamos el tema de ofertas de verano. No, es que no hay ofertas de verano, es que por norma suele haber extra de verano. Entonces, ¿sabes? Hay más dinero, la gente tiene más pasta. Es así.
There's a square with a big bell tower right in the middle of town. If you get lost or out goes wrong, we can meet up there.
Right.
Let's go. Let's go. ¿Crees que bajará más la pelea a finales de año? Hombre, no tengo ni idea. No lo sé, no tengo ni idea. A mí me sorprendió mucho que hiciera esta bajada de 100 pavos, os lo digo, me sorprendió un montón, Pero no lo sé, no sé si... Hombre, yo lo que sí creo que va a hacer, pues no será cuánto, yo creo que va a sacar un nuevo modelo Slim de la consola. Que eso apostaría a la cabeza. Nueva capital imperial. Sala de invitados, Palacio Imperial.
I have no difficulty believing a sinister force has come to exert an influence on Sanbreque. But be that as it may, it is yet to claim my father. For better or worse, his radiance speaks his own mind.
Then the fiend works from the shadows.
I confess, when first you told me of this fiend...
Muchísimas gracias, Ferduspa, gracias de verdad, te agradezco, muy agradecido, te agradezco mucho esa felicitación, de verdad. Y por supuesto, gracias por esos 6 meses, un abrazo fuerte. Pasa un buen directo, disfruta.
But that wound is proof enough that evil is afoot.
Then I have your answer, Your Highness. You will join me in my fight.
Joder, se parecen un montón.
I cannot.
Dion y Joshua, tío.
Your Highness, please.
As you are aware, the Dalmekian army is at our gates. They have lost their mother crystal, and with it all hope of a negotiated withdrawal. It is but a matter of time before they invade. If Bahamut is not here to meet them, my people will be slaughtered.
Though not by Hugo Kupka, thanks to Ultima's machinations.
Claro, se llama Última en inglés, tío. Qué curioso, tío. No Artema.
The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss. The lives of every man, woman, and child in the Twins are at stake.
I believe what you say, Phoenix. But I have duties of my own, and I must discharge them. Come what may.
Bueno, Última y Artema, joder, son magias de Final Fantasy, vamos. Última y Artema, son mitiquísimas.
You know of my blood.
I know that it is wholly unworthy of the highest offices of state, which rightly belong to those of purer breeding. Alas. Your bloodline runs through the Oriflamme gutter, from a whore who weighed her child's worth in gil.
Have you threatened my father?
Of course not. I merely whispered in his ear that his mongrel son is plotting a rebellion.
What?
Sylvester listens to the words of his astrologers. And they have ears too.
You have been feeding them your lies.
Should you remain loyal to Emperor Olivier, his radiance may yet crown your head with laurel, and not with tar.
Fork-tongued witch!
In consideration of your long years of service to the Empire, I shall forgive this uncharacteristic rudeness. Now hurry and make ready, Your Imperial Highness. Emperor Olivier expects much of you, Dion. Or should I say, of Bahamut. May your fire reduce his enemies to ash, till all of Valisthea bows to its rightful ruler.
Más mala que un dolor esta pava, tío. Es mala de narices.
There is another darkness that has taken hold of Sanbreque. And until its grip is released, the flames of war shall spread ever wider, just as Ultima wishes.
Forgive me. My family has caused you much grief.
You are not her keeper, Phoenix. This is a matter for the Imperial household now, and as a member of that household, it falls to me to resolve it. At such time as that is done, what strength I have shall be yours.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let us take to the skies together, and bring a new dawn to Valisthea.
I should like nothing more.
Terence.
My prince.
Tell me true. Do you believe what I'm about to do is wrong?
We dragoons have but one leader, Your Highness. And we shall follow him unto the very end.
Thank you.
¿Pero qué va a dar? ¿Un golpe de estado?
This is my decree. For their crimes against the crown.
Claro, va a dar un golpe de estado, tío.
And her usurping son shall be put to death, and the empire restored.
Va a dar un golpe de estado, tío. Laura, muchísimas gracias. Muchas gracias, guapa. Muchísimas gracias por esos 2 meses, de verdad. Un abrazo muy, muy fuerte. Disfruta, pásalo bien. Va a dar un golpe de estado, tío. Va a dar un golpito, un golpecito. Va a dar un golpecito de estado. ¿Eh?